Les oiseaux fait qu'arriver, les prend répolo, sa pied, les aussi, les assis, et que du monde passe passer. Un pied, les pousse dans les assis dans place, côte l'été, les restes la même zone, que du monde passe passer. Ouais, 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 yeah, 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 yeah,
I think it's a great educational resource because you're building up a habitat where you're going to get a very wide diversity of butterflies, particularly threatened species coming back. And the way it's being scalloped, you're going to bring in a lot of different butterflies. And I think making young people aware of what's important in the environment, how to preserve it, the effect that we have on the environment, it must have a good impact on them and a good impact on society as a whole.
This bank here used to look like, well, like that bank there. So it went from, it was sort of relatively sterile, classic playing field kind of flora. There's a few flowers on there, but nothing super exciting. And it's classic. This is what we tend to do with grassland in town. We mow it and we keep it nice and neat and tidy. And with a great vision, they decided that we're going to create a butterfly haven. And this thing is, it's not a huge patch, but it's, as you can see, it's very floribund. It's full of colour. It's very gorgeous, and it has an incredibly rich butterfly list. I don't know what's the species count for here now.
Yeah, so we're going to.
No one knows. 22. That is pretty. I mean, that's pretty impressive by anyone's standards. 22 butterfly species, including species which, up until now, we believe to be fairly confined, very, very reluctant to travel. So I think Adonis Blue have been seen here, which is, that's a big score for around here. I mean, they're on the downs, obviously, but nowhere near here. So that's pretty impressive. So this has gone to prove a lot of things to a lot of people, and hopefully we'll see more of it.
Well, I just think it's amazing because to create this right in the middle of suburban Brighton, in a place where there was just mown grass, and it just shows. I mean, obviously its value is with kids and getting children involved in nature and getting them interested in it and getting them passionate about it. And to be passionate about nature, you've got to see some little details, haven't you? You've got to see some of the richness or the texture of it, and you've got to see the wild and just getting some wild in there. Yeah, I think it's amazing.
Yeah, we had the gathering last year. I can't even remember. It was Dr. Dan managed to get everyone together. Not quite as many people as this, and not so many sort of celebs from the butterfly world, but it was a handful of people who, it wasn't competitive, but we just basically started here at the Butterfly Haven with the local kids and we had a great time. And then we were here and we were enthusing, and there's nothing better than butterflies and enthusiasm and a little bit of sunshine to make people just go, hey, to hell with the normal world, let's just roll with this. And we all became children again. And so all these fully grown adults that should know better and had proper jobs to go to decided they were going to bunk off for the afternoon. And we went everywhere. We had a great time. We went up trees to find white-letter hair streak. We chased around the downs looking for dark green fritillaries. And I think the highlight of the day for me was seeing all these, as I said, fully grown men walking down through Brighton going, wouldn't it be nice if we saw a cloud of yellow come off the sea now, just to make up for the dipped out insect. We never saw a small tortoiseshell, by the way. And as we were coming down the towns, would you believe it, but this beautiful little vision of yellow came scuttling up over the hill and behind us, and we all jumped in the air. We couldn't believe our luck. So that, for me, that's what butterflies are all about.
It used to be a relatively flat meadow with a gentle slope, and they had lots of large equipment in, diggers and whatnot, came along and basically just created this big open scape, and they've scraped loads of the chalk, tons and tons and tons of it down, and then created mounds and hills, because then you've got different temperatures from the south and north facing slopes of the small hills, and also all the nutrient-rich topsoil was brought to the bottom, which you can see at the bottom here. There's much more sort of long rank grasses. And then it was planted up with hundreds and I think I'd imagine thousands of local wildflowers and grasses,
This site has been tremendous for bringing new species in, hasn't it, that haven't been seen before. I mean, it's proved itself very, very quickly.
Within 2 or 3 years of the site becoming established, we had Adonis blues here, small blues, chalkhill blues, brown argus, which are all butterflies that that would normally take you would assume would take a lot longer to come to a site like this that's only been newly established. I think it's important to have a recognised hub as well that people can come to, because Brighton Hove is now becoming so well known for its wildlife and conservation awareness, basically, and we're also applying for biosphere status as well, which will give us an international status.
You know, if you don't connect with nature in the first 15 years you're on the planet, then you probably won't, unless maybe you do it through your own children later. So, but if you do, even if you forget about it for 20 years, you come back to it at some point, or it just makes you aware of stuff that's going on in the environment, and it makes you aware of stuff that you might do that might be harmful or might be beneficial to wildlife and to the natural world. And so you inspire a sort of lifelong awareness, and that's priceless. I mean, that's sounding all a bit po-faced and sincere, but also it's fun, and it shows that seeing the butterfly haven and sort of getting amongst it like that. It's amazing. I saw it 2 years ago. It's grown so much since then and developed. But I think people find it restful and enjoyable, and it's free as well. There aren't many things in the world that are free now. So yeah, it's incredible. Yeah.
Okay, that's good for me. Nice one. Have a good day, all of you.